can start.
A very good morning to our dear Father Rector, Father Jose Philip, our Vice Principal, Mr. K.J. Devasya, Coordinator of Academics, Mr. A.K. Das, Coordinator of Activities, Mrs. Shobha Miranda, our distinguished guest, Dr. Roma Kumar, my dear students and fellow teachers. Planning a career is a process. It's a lifelong process which begins by choosing the course stream of your choice. It is important to think wisely, select the right career, and arrive at the right decision. While some people are lucky to know what they want, most like to do their research and make an informed decision. In our school, we have introduced a new subject this session, psychology. And today we have in our midst a very renowned and experienced psychologist, Dr. Roma Kumar, who will be sharing her experiences to help guide our students. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Prabjeet. Thank you for the lovely introduction. And
Ma'am, I'll just give a little bit more about you. Children are very anxiously waiting to hear. Dr. Roma Kumar is a psychologist with over 30 years of experience. She is the vice chairperson at the Institute of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences at Sagangaram Hospital, senior consultant psychologist at Institute of Child Health at Max Hospital, Gurgaon. She is the founder of Saksham Child and Adolescent Guidance Clinic. She has been recognized by various communities and associations for her influence and growth in the field of psychology. She works with organizations, teams, families, couples, and individuals to foster improved communication and provides solution based strategies that allow positive outcomes for many. She has devoted over 3 decades helping people find the necessary mental health resources for their needs. During this lockdown, she co founded an online therapy, counseling, and coaching platform emotionally to help people mentally, emotionally, and professionally heal and grow. Ma'am, we are so looking forward to your guidance for our budding Zavarians so that they can be successful and make a mark in their career. Now, I would like to introduce our psychology teacher, Mrs. Shubhra Khurana, who will be moderating the session today and will take up question answers at the end of the session. Good morning, Shubhra ma'am. I request our students to write their questions in the chat box at the end of the session. Over to you, Shubhra ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would request Dr. Roma Kumar to enlighten the students, and our students are anxiously waiting for the session to start.
thank you. Thank you, Shubhra, and thank you, Prabjeet. And a very good morning once again to everyone. And I've actually been looking forward to this session so that we could connect and we could talk to each other and understand what psychology is all about. So, before I begin talking about psychology, I think I should take you back to those 30 years back, or probably more than that, not just 30, 20. I've been working. Um, when I took up psychology as my degree course in bachelor's, I had no idea what psychology was all about. I come from a background of a army area where my dad was the doctor, a physician, a neurophysician, and he was in the Indian Army, and then he left the Indian Army and started doing his own, choice of medicine. Uh, he wanted me to definitely get into medicine, and me being Roma, not at all interested in the sciences, absolutely nothing to do with sciences and math. So I decided not to get into the field of sciences and decided to get into humanities. And that was the area where my dad just hated that whole idea that I didn't want to get into medicine. Well, I know I never looked back when I took up humanities, gave up physics, chemistry, and math, which was these three subjects were like almost like terror for me. And I think I just blossomed in the field of humanities. Least did I know that what my father was charting out for me was a career in psychology. Knowing nothing about psychology, I remember having picked up the dictionary to take out the meaning of psychology. I know you all will laugh at that, but at that point, I'm going back to um, about 40 years back, that what psychology was all about. And I had no idea, no inkling of what psychology was. And there I remember he took me on the scooter and took me to all these colleges in Delhi, and we put in our application. And of course, when I went in, I was on the number one list at the Jesus and Mary College. And I remember standing for the orientation with one foot inside the room and one foot outside, because still wasn't aware, and I still wasn't clear on what I'm going to do with psychology. What I really wanted to do was English honors, and my dad just did not allow me to do that. Retrospectively, I think I made the best career choice for myself, and I thank my father for having done that and giving me all that privilege and understanding on what psychology was all about. We all know that psychology is the study of human behavior and mental processes, and psychologists study a person's reactions, emotions, and behavior, and apply their understanding of that behavior to treat any of these associated behavioral problems. And over the time, like I will say 2020 has been a very tough year for everybody. It's a challenging year for everybody. Everything was so unpredictable. There was nothing which was charted out for us. And there in March, when the lockdown happened, I think we were just six of us who are from different parts of the world who came together, and we began this organization by the name of Emotionally. We haven't met each other, mind you. We haven't met each other physically. We were in talking terms before March happened. From September of 2019, we were talking, we were signing up papers, we were thinking what we need to do. Least did we know that the COVID is going to strike us, and it's going to strike us really harshly. And we haven't looked back. We've been doing a lot of webinars. We've been doing helping both children, adolescents, adults, geriatric people through this Emotionally platform. And I was very happy when I got this 82-year-old lady who called me up one fine day, almost in, I think, September, October of 2020, and she said, I am in stress and I don't know what to do. And I just checked you up on this platform, and I thought I wanted to talk to you. And I really thought to myself, if a 82-year-old lady would call up and ask for help, I think then we've been able to reach out to people who are actually wanting that help. And we just run away from that help because we create such a big stigma on mental health. I know this time is very less for me to keep on talking about the stigma that we have created about mental health issues. But I think if we are taking up a career in psychology, we need to collectively work around this area where we do not have to, we need to really pick up this stigma away from mental health issues. And in psychology, the treatment is actually focused on therapy and counseling. Most important is therapy and counseling. It's not like everybody says, uh, you're on a social gathering. Why don't you counsel me? Why don't you talk to me? I'll be your counselor. That's not what counseling is all about. So, when you meet people, they think that we are reading their minds. We're never reading their minds. So when people ask me, if I'm quiet and if I'm not talking to anyone, and they'll say, she's reading our minds. And you know what I'm going to answer them back? Okay, what profession do you do? And if somebody says I'm a engineer, or I'm a businessman, or somebody says I'm a housewife or something. So I said, do you do this job 24/7 in your life? I would never do this job 24/7. I need time for myself. I need to de-stress, and I'm here because I want to enjoy my life, and I'm here not to talk about anything to do with mental health. If you want to ask me anything about mental health, without being rude, I would say, come and meet me in my office. And that's what a psychologist needs to be. Create healthy boundaries around yourself, not letting people see that psychology is such a simple little thing that you don't why do we need to talk about it? It becomes like coffee table times that you're talking about it, or while on your dining table, you're talking about all psychology. I don't think psychology is all about that. Um, and I know Prabjeet and everybody has said that you can put in your questions on the chat. Do not hesitate to put down those questions, because I will feel very happy answering those questions from my experience. And I can assure you that I will be able to answer most of your queries, at least to what my understanding goes to. So therefore, psychologists are, who are these psychologist people? They're responsible for identifying psychological, emotional, behavioral issues, as well as diagnosing any specific disorders by using information gleaned from the client or the client's family, or if you're working with a corporate, the corporate would give you understanding, or if you are a child and an adolescent and he needs help from the school, then the school authorities will give us that information. And we don't just work on what a person just comes in and says. I would not believe the person very easily. I will go through that whole process of assessing the person and taking in information from all the areas to get more understanding, and see the person not just once, but a couple of times before even coming to the diagnosis of that the person is having a problem. Very often children would come in, almost test me. Will she ever come to know that that's my parent or not? So I've had many instances where children have walked into my office uh, for help, and they've carried maybe their uncle's aunts or their friends' parents, and not realizing that I will be able to pick up that they're not their parents. So don't do that. A psychologist is well trained, is actually able to understand much more than just faking somebody. You can actually pick up someone who's faking information also, and it needs experience and it needs expertise to do that. So let's understand that, how do you become a psychologist? I don't want to get into the theory part of it, because you're going to learn theory. You've already learned theory, or you're going to learn much more. If you have to be a psychologist, you need to be a licensed psychologist. Now, India has definitely come up with all those rules and regulations. You need to be a licensed psychologist. So after 12th, probably you need to get into a bachelor's degree where a psychology honors degree is required, then a master's, whether it can be MA or MSc. There's various fields: counseling, clinical, industrial, organizational, all of that is there, child development. Uh, there are requirements to complete this degree by the 3 years of or 4 years of bachelor's, the master's. And then if you want to really become a clinical psychologist, you need to go and do an MPhil for that. That's the requirement of our country at this point. And thereafter, you can pursue a PhD. If you do not wish to do your MPhil, you can straight away get on to a PhD degree, which is a research degree, or a side degree, which is again clinical in orientation, which is a psychological doctorate. And the doctorate is available in the country. But all of that, let me go back to the time when I started doing psychology. When I did my first year, I know one day I was just sitting in the house after the first year exam, and we get in a letter. Those days were the post times where we didn't have speed post, but chitti aati thi ghar mein. So we had that letter, and my father came to me and said that, we think we need to go to the university. And I almost got scared. Did I do something which was not all right? And he said, no, you've topped the university at the first year level in general psychology paper. And I couldn't believe it. Here was a child who my father wanted me to become a doctor. And here was this child who was doing psychology and not doing physics and chemistry, and then coming up and doing the general psychology in such a manner. So that's what I'm trying to say. When you get into this field, you need to put in that passion. If you do not put in that passion, if you do not understand what you're doing, you will never be able to progress very well in the field of psychology. I'm sure your teachers over here will understand what I'm trying to say. There are a few of the prerequisites in psychology that you need to first think of. Does the career path fit your personality? Very often we are not personality wise tuned towards this mental health career, would doing this job in psychology, in whichever field you do, day in and day out, make you happy? Because you need to be happy at the end of the day. So today, when I work in this field, I know I come back home. Well, currently we're working from the home and doing some bit of face-to-face counseling. But when in the earlier times I would come back home, I would always tell everybody, do not talk to me for at least 20 minutes. Leave me alone for 20 minutes. Don't come up with any complaints. Do not come up and sit and chat with me unless there's an emergency, because I wanted to de-stress. I would just sit, spend times with myself and just relax. I want to leave all the problems that I've heard through the day for anybody, any client, come back home and create some self-soothing for myself. I could sit in my balcony. I could, just take a cup of tea or maybe a nimbu pani and just sit down and just be with myself. And then I'm up and about. I'm more in myself, in my home, and then I would start doing things. So it's, you have to see what makes you happy. So if this you choose career in psychology, you need to see, will you be able to do this every day? And is it going to make you happy? Because when you deal with human beings, you will deal with problems, with challenging behaviors, and sometimes they might remind you of your own journey, which has been a little traumatic sometimes, you know and you might just get affected by it. So that's important. Another area which you need to think of is are you getting into psychology because of money? What are your income goals? That's something you need to think about. So when I'm going back like 30 years, over 30 years, or now almost 32, 33 years now. uh, my first salary that I got back home was 200 bucks, and I was the happiest because I made that money myself. And 200 in those days was very good. I'm not talking that you need to do that 200 now, but 200 was really very good. uh, and that gave me that happiness. And the happiness that I got, I need to share with you all. Is I was working with a organization who was working for children with special needs, and there was this one Down syndrome kid who came up to me and said one day that, I actually was talking to him and I said, your nails are dirty, आपके नाखून बहुत गंदे हैं, मम्मी को जाके बोलना और इनको कटवा लेना. And I forgot about it because I was talking to so many of these children. And the next day he came up to my office, which was on the first floor, and he just showed me his fingers. And the happiness that I got was immense. That I've been able to reach out. That's what psychology, whether you're able to create that connect, the emotional connect with the other individual, then you are able to help more people. Another area which you as the younger generation needs to think is, how much schooling will I need, and what kind of time and costs am I willing to commit to my education? A lot of us have to think about how much time I want to put into education. So with psychology, it's definitely a longer period before you can actually start practicing psychology. You need to go through the education, you need to go through the internships, you need to learn. It's not just picking up the book and learned by the theory. You have to learn how we practice psychology in an office setup. So the internships actually teach you a lot. So if you keep these things in mind, you'll be able to take things forward. Um, then let's see what kind of professions are available. There's we've heard of so many fields. One, of course, is clinical psychology. We have criminal psychology. We have forensic psychology. We also now have Air Force psychology. We also have army psychologists, the defense area psychologists. We have child psychologists. We have neuropsychologists. But again, all of them need that super specialization. It's not just doing a bachelor's or a master's. You will have to go in for super specialization to this. And psychology also means that you will not just think of the theory. You will think of doing some small researches during your time that you're studying your psychology, talking to people, understanding which is the area that is going to interest you. For me, when I took up psychology, the third year in our times, it used to be that specialize in one area, and I took up developmental psychology. You know, never looked back after that. Never looked back. I was the only child in psychology honors where I was picked up by an organization in my first year itself to start working for children with special needs, and we used to go to the Jhugi Jhopdi area, work with children there, create some material for them for special education. I was not a special educator. I have no idea what special education was all about. I was only using my passion to psychology, my idea of child psychology that I had picked up. So I was picked up from my first year itself, and I didn't look back after that. I was not making money in first year, second year, third year, fourth year of the fourth year is my master's in the first year. It was during my second year master's that I was traveling to meet my dad, who was posted in Mathura at that time. And I was sitting in the train, and this lady sitting next to me said to me that, "What do you do?" And she was a very fancy woman talking English. And I was one of those reticent, quiet girls. If anybody knows me from those times, would never think I would be talking so much. I would be a very quiet person. And I told her that I was doing psychology masters and it's my second year. So she says, "What are you going to do after that?" I had no idea. I was completely blank. Nobody told us. Nobody guided us till that time. We had no, skills to understand what we need to go beyond that. So she says, "Okay." She gave me her card and she says, "Come and meet me. I run an organization, you come and meet me." So I went very happy to my dad. "Look, I met this lady," and she says, "Come and meet me." So he says, "Yeah, you go." I went there. Least did I know what I'm going to get into. And she just looks into me and she says, "Okay, so here's this kit." She gave me a box and she says, "There's this kit. Why don't you go and test this child over there? Let me see your skills and I'll probably give you a job." And I looked at her like, I haven't completed my master's. What's wrong with her? How can I do anything? I have no idea. We had no internships during that time. So these are the questions that were coming in my mind. And when I went to the child and I opened up this box, it was all in Hindi. The Stanford Binet, it was the Hindi version. I had never done anything of a test in the Hindi, and especially the Stanford Binet in those times. And I said, "Ye to mujhse nahi hoga." I told myself, I can't do it. I mean, I just can't do it. And this kid was sitting there. I had no parent who was going to give me the understanding of what the history was there. I had no idea what was happening. And this was given to me. Go and test this child. इतनी साइकोलॉजी चाइल्ड साइकोलॉजी पढ़ी थी कि पता नहीं था कि सेरेब्रल पॉलिसी उस बच्चे में या पोलियो है. I couldn't understand because there was no way, nobody was there to explain. Finally, I did complete the test and I went to her and I gave her my results and everything. And she was very, very happy because I spent a lot of time, and she didn't understand I spent the time to understand that Hindi area to work and how to do the scoring and administration and coming up with the interpretation. But I got that first job and I was still in masters. I wasn't it was the January of that year and we had to still give the exams for the second year. So I got that first job. I didn't know what I was getting into. But retrospectively, I think I'm never going to look back. I have enjoyed, I have learned so much in this field of human behavior. Never gave up on any challenging task that came in front of me until date. Anybody gives me a task, any challenge, I would not give up on that. I will go study, read. In fact, during this COVID time, I did so many of those courses and people would ask me, "Why are you here, Dr. Roma? Why are you here?" So I said, "Well, knowledge is not going to stop. I just want to keep my mind occupied, cognitively stimulated, and maybe I can learn from so much from the younger generation more than, they learning from me. I will learn also." So it's a both way process. So going back to, you have cognitive psychologists, you have community psychologists, you have psychologists in the consumer area, you have psychologists in the human resources, then we have counseling psychologists, we have I think criminal psychologists, we also have something known as cultural psychologists, developmental psychologists, educational psychologists, So when I was training abroad, and I would get into all those school psychologists, and I was so happy there, seeing all the different kinds of fields that were available. I think I'm getting older, so I have to keep drinking this water because otherwise my throat is going to choke. I think I should leave the platform open for people to ask me some questions. If they ask me some questions, it's going to be nice. Shubhra, you can also ask me a question.
Definitely, definitely, Dr. Roma. I was just thinking of the questions that usually come to me in the classroom setting. And in the meanwhile, I would also request the students to write in the chat box, and I'll put those questions to you. So, my first question, Dr. Roma, I've been thinking is, do you think the stigma around mental health issues is being really addressed in India at both rural and urban population? That kind of a question usually comes up in the classrooms.
See, we are a culture where we have extended families. So, in the olden times, the extended family systems were there to help us deal with some problems which would anytime come up. Even currently in the urban areas, we do have the extended families who will help, but they are not going to be the psychologists. The people in the rural area have no idea of what psychology is all about. Right. So I'll give you an example of somebody who walked into the office in 2019 when we were doing face-to-face counseling, and this was a man from the defense services, married off by the family, and the brother-in-law got this man and said is unable to have children, and that was the presentation that was given to me. And I said, what do you mean? So I started asking many questions, and I said, you don't need to come to me, you probably need to go to somebody else to understand, you. And then I realized why he got him here. मैम ये तो ना आदमियों के साथ ज्यादा खुश रहता है, इसकी शादी तो हमने कर दी है लेकिन अब इसको निभाना तो पड़ेगा. So what he thought that the psychologist will do is convert his mind, convert his thought, and get him corrected. That is a lot to do with that rural, very deep rural area that they came in from. When you ask me rural and urban, in urban areas again, so if I'm living in Gurgaon, I see South Delhi, West Delhi, East Delhi, North Delhi. There's a lot of difference in their attitudes. So in Gurgaon, people are open to come and meet up psychologists. The stigma is not there so much because probably people who live here have traveled the world and come back here working for the corporates. They're more open to getting help. Going back to West Delhi, North Delhi, East Delhi, very tough. I've had somebody who comes up to the office and says, "Madam, इसका IQ के लिए आपके पास भेजा है." तो हमने बोला हाँ ठीक है, हम IQ करेंगे. IQ खेल खेल से होता है, बहुत सारी चीजें दिखाते हैं, उससे होता है, सवाल जवाब पूछते हैं. तो जब खत्म हो गया, 3 सेशन हो गया, एंड दिस मैन कम्स, मैडम आपने तो ना मशीन लगाई, आपने तो ना कोई सीटी किया, ना कोई MRI स्कैन किया, तो आपने IQ क्या कर दिया? ऐसे ही हमारा तो बर्बाद कर दिया आपने. The thought. So the stigma is there right from the families, right from the parental side. Why do you need to go to a psychologist? We are there. Talk to me. And I would always say, if you have pain in your tooth, would you go and talk to your mother and father and say, correct it for me? लॉन्ग खिला दोगे तो ठीक हो जाएगा. कितने दिन तक ठीक रहेगा वो दर्द? आप डेंटिस्ट के पास जाएंगे ना. You'll go to the dental person. So if you can go to the dental person for a pain in the tooth, why can't you go to a psychologist who's going to deal with the emotional areas? We just do not address the emotional areas. And it's a long journey. So each one of us need to pitch in there, not just you and me.
That's right, Dr. Roma. Thank you so much for this answer. I've got 2 more questions from students. One student is quite interested in criminology and he wants you to answer and help us understand. Is criminology having scope in India and how to go about it?
Okay. Most of the younger generation think of forensic and the criminal psychology. तो ये कर लेंगे, हम वो कर लेंगे. पहले तो you have to do your graduation, you have to do your post graduation, and then you have to think of any super specialization. And there are, I think, one or two places in India who is giving you some help on the criminal or the forensic side, but a lot is still not there in India. Yes, the scope is coming up, but you need to do these graduation years and the post graduation years before getting into the criminal. It looks very interesting. It looks very fancy. I know I worked for some projects and research in the jail. It looks very fancy, but it's not that fancy. Huh? And if you want to pursue it, please go through the proper channel of that, and then you will be able to do it. Yeah, I like that one question. Somebody is directly to me that, is psychology helpful to get in CBI? पहले आप साइकोलॉजी पढ़ो, समझो, आप चाहते क्या हो साइकोलॉजी से, व्हाट डू यू वांट फ्रॉम साइकोलॉजी, व्हाट आर यू एमिंग एट व्हेन यू आर डूइंग दिस एजुकेशन. You have to understand human behavior, and human behavior is diverse, completely diverse. एक दिन कैसे, एक दिन कैसे है. We are not there only for diagnostic. I am here to give you the skill, to impart you the skill to deal with your problems in your life. How do you pick up that skill? How do you pick up the tool to deal with problems in your life? How to deal with conflicts in your life? That's what the aim should be. And you have to be a very patient learner, listener. We've forgotten how to listen to people, actually. We are there only to talk. We talk, no patience, no tolerance to listen to anyone. So I have some questions which are coming directly to me. Should I pick them up?
Sure, ma'am. There are many which are coming on chat, which is shared by you. But you can go about it. I'll also share along.
Yeah. So are there any instances where the challenges with patients are a bit tough or which may seem beyond any psychologist's jurisdiction? And if so, how do you deal with such problems? Yes, we do come up with many challenging situations. Sitting in a hospital setup, the practice is very different. Sometimes people just walk in with some very deep-rooted mental illnesses, not mental health problems, but mental illnesses. And they come in alone to you. So we do not have the law at the moment where I can get this person some assistance, but I can get some assistance in my own way to get help from the hospital setup to get that person back home, or inform the family because this person has got an acute psychotic attack or something else which is there. Yes, we do run into challenges, but there are some ethics in psychology which you will be studying later on, and you'll have to follow those guidelines to be able to deal with those.
Dr. Roma, one student has asked a question, and since we are talking nowadays a lot about multidisciplinary approach, what is the scope and significance of psychology for a student aspiring to be a lawyer?
Well, it's nice. It'll give you a lot more information. It'll give you some skills to dive into the mental health areas or the behavioral areas, or understanding human behavior. That is something that you will get to know, because lawyers generally are very good with talking to people, and they are helping people with the mental health issues also. So it will give you assistance. Many people, some might be facing mental problems, some might be facing depression or family problem. So how do you deal with it? Like changing at every situation for every different person. Yes, every person's problem is a different problem. It's never the same problem. Never. Each one of us have different genetics. We have a genetic load that we are carrying. Each one of us have different life experiences which are there. Each one of us have different paths that we have traveled, different interactions that we've had with people, and those are the marks that have been left, and some traumas that have been left. We have lost people. We've not understood how to grieve, how to deal with those areas. So everybody's problem is different. Yes, to understand that, it's not that you go in for meeting a psychologist and you just go for that one session and you're sorted. It's usually never like that. So you have to, it's a slow process, and sometimes you do need a psychiatrist, and there's a multidisciplinary approach there. You might be sent to a psychiatrist also for medication, or to an endocrinologist, or to a neurologist to understand it better. And so, it takes a while to understand the problem.
Uh,
So, yeah.
Roma, I have my special educator with us. Her name is Mrs. Kriti Sukhdiyal, and she's done some bit of a personal sharing, which definitely takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
She's written, I have had a lot of occasions where I've found myself thinking about a child at school at night, and I feel guilty for doing that, especially because my own child has autism. How does one disconnect?
It's a very tough question. Each one of us goes back like this. I also say that, although I make an effort to de-stress, but sometimes some things remain in you, because probably you feel that you can reach out to that person, you feel that you can do much more, you feel you have the skill, or probably you didn't do something. So it's all right. Do not take in too much pressure. I know that you have a chronic area where you need more assistance for yourself, so work on yourself also, and not just look at the problems in children, whether it's your child or whether anybody else's child. Work on yourself. When we say do a lot of self care, most of us don't understand what self care is all about. So let's first understand how to soothe yourself, how to connect with yourself, and then you'll feel far better. And don't feel guilty for having thought about that child that you're working with, because you want to do something very positive for that child and you feel you have the skill. So don't feel guilty.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So there are some questions. BSc Psychology colleges in Delhi and journey to a neuropsychologist. Well, whether you do a BA in psychology or a BSc in psychology, you still have to do a master's in psychology. And in our country at the moment, we do not have a master's in neuropsychology. In countries abroad, I know in UK there is master's in neuropsychology, but you need to do your bachelor's and master's and then go in for a field in neuropsychology. That was a question asked to me directly. Another question which has been asked to me directly is, if a person is homosexual or bisexual or any other member of LGBTQ community, how can we deal with the stigma of society and deal with the family also? Yes, it is a tough situation, but our society is opening up and we are open to talk about it. There are some laws which have come up. People are talking about it. So if you want to be comfortable, please go and speak to a psychologist first yourself before taking your family, because that psychologist will be able to help you deal with it. And psychologists are very ethical people. We will not go and talk about your issues to anybody. That's what ethics is all about. So today in my office practice, I have so many people who come to me, and nobody knows who's coming to me. And nobody, I will never, even if I bump into you in a social area, I will never go and say a hello to you, because I know in our country we still have that stigma. If you come and say hi to me, I will probably come and say hi back to you, but I'll never be able to relate and say, how's your problem? So you need to go and speak to a psychologist, uh, and create that rapport with that psychologist. You will feel better, and he or she will guide you how to get your family to understand. Have you encountered certain stereotypes along with the patients or they believe in which you also have to deal with? Does it hinder the process of therapy? How much difficult is it to deal with such patients? I didn't understand this question though. Shubhra, are you able to understand what I was reading?
Not really, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, I have one question that I missed initially. One student is asking about the scope of animal behavior in India.
Coming up in a very big way. Coming up. And you can think about doing something in that. Animal psychology, it's coming up in a very, very big way. Especially a lot of youngsters are now working with the population of the animals who are stray. They're taking care of those. So I'm not sure whether we have courses in India regarding that, but you can obviously do some courses outside and come back and practice, and it's a very lucrative profession at this point.
Thank you, ma'am. One more question, and I think this question remains with school students for a lot of time. What is the difference between BA psychology and BSc psychology?
देखो, मेरे हिसाब से तो कोई अंतर नहीं है, ये सिर्फ डिग्री का एक नाम में अंतर है और कुछ नहीं है। ऐसा नहीं है कि बीएससी में साइंस आ जाती है और बीए में ह्यूमैनिटीज आ जाती है, सारे द सब्जेक्ट्स, द पेपर्स रिमेन ऑलमोस्ट द सेम, so I would say that don't go on that, focus on that BA, BSc, MA, MSc. Focus on what are the papers that you will be studying in your years of education, in your bachelor's or master's. Focus there and not just focus on MA, MSc, BA, BSc. And I know we put a lot of importance to the BSc, we put a lot of importance to the sciences, but we all know that psychology has a lot to do with sciences. So whether you do BA or BSc or MA or MSc, you're still doing a lot to do with sciences. Is there a field in psychology where we study about the behavior of living beings other than humans, other animals? Okay, we've answered something like that. Okay, so effectiveness of psychology in the field of teaching. Yes. So education psychology and school psychology again is doing very well. In fact, this is a new field now where a lot of schools are now working with school psychologists and educational psychologists. So, but still, we need to, again, I'm specifying, do your bachelor's, do your master's, do a lot of research in these areas. Psychology has a lot to do with research. Without research, we will not be able to understand much of the human behavior.
Hmm.
How much psychology help in mind reading? We don't do mind reading. बिल्कुल mind read नहीं करते हैं. So don't think we are going to be doing any mind reading. No mind reading. Some more questions?
I think, Dr. Roma, we've asked most of the questions that have been put to us in the chat.
Okay. So anything that you think you need to ask me. So I would just say that, there are personal skills in a psychologist. And I think our young children need to understand that in order to be successful in the field of psychology, one must have, what are the skills? A very analytical mind, analytical mind, not just for the diagnosis, but even to understand therapy wise or counseling wise. Good communication skills, because to effectively counsel your clients who are going through behavioral or mental health issues, you do need good communication. So whether you do it in your language, your or Hindi language or English language, whatever language you're comfortable with, you should have excellent communication skills, or brush up those skills, or pick up newer vocabulary to be able to talk about it. And learning about therapy again is an important area. A lot of patience, which helps the psychologist the ability to remain cool under pressure. I'll give you two more instances over here, that how under pressure I had been and how I dealt with it. So at one point, I think the special educator would be able to relate, or even all of you over here will be able to relate, that I had this grandmother, mother, and the child, and the father who walked in for an assessment of the child. The child was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Once when I was handing up that report of that child, the grandmother, the mother, and the child were there. And this grandmother almost came to strangulate me. I'm not saying or exaggerating. I had to call in the security to take care of me, because she was saying, how do you know that my grandchild is autistic? Who are you to say? आपने तो 5 घंटे काम किया 2 दिन के ऊपर इस बच्चे के साथ, 5 घंटे में आपने बोल दिया इसको ऑटिज्म है, ये बच्चा ऑटिस्टिक नहीं है, right? So I had to be very calm. I did not get angry, I did not get agitated, but we had to call in the security. And I actually folded my hands to the grandmother and said, हाँ, मैंने 5 घंटे या 6 घंटे लगाए आपके बच्चे के ऊपर, आपके पोते के ऊपर। शायद मैं बहुत घंटे लगाती हूँ इतने सालों में जिन बच्चों को परेशानी होती है, बहुत घंटे लगाती हूँ, मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से आपको बता रही हूँ. And I cannot name what I had seen almost 25 years back of a child in a similar situation when this man came up, and he was a journalist. He is a journalist for a very well known um company. And he said, I'm going to look at you. How dare you call my child a autistic child? And then I bumped into him in a social gathering over somebody's wedding. And what he did over there, after 7 years of those diagnoses, he was right at my feet. And he was just saying, I'm really sorry for what I did with you. But I know what you did was the right, because we started thinking, and here we are in therapies and everything. So we do land up into challenging situations. All right. And we need to be having patience. Another area which is important for a psychologist is passion for helping overcome their mental or behavioral challenges. Nowadays we are talking of, because of the COVID, everybody working from home. A lot of us have very small homes. In the earlier times, there was probably one computer, one desktop, not many laptops. Everybody is cringing over there to get onto the screen. How many kinds of problems have been there? What amount of anxiety in children, anxiety in young infants? So if you have the passion, you will be able to deal with them, right? You'll be able to help them. And passion, patience needs to be combined with compassion, you know, which is the drive, the two most important personality traits of a psychologist. You need to have that compassion, the empathy, not sympathy. All right. Any more questions that have come in?
Yes, yes, Dr. Roma. Can we do masters in psychology abroad?
Of course you can, but you have to go through a bachelor's first, no? उसके लिए आपको entrance test देना पड़ेगा, and then whether scholarship, not scholarship, your if you want to do your GRE, TOEFL, whatever those exams that you have to do, you have to see which university you need to be there. You have to understand who will be your supervisor, what is his or her area of research or study. So research, read a lot, do a lot of research, conduct researches that is going to help you understand human behavior more.
Yes. Dr. Roma, one more related question. After MPhil, can we apply for a license or is it important to do the PhD?
No, it's not important to do the PhD. After MPhil, you will if you have an MPhil in clinical psychology from the institutes which the RCI is stating, you will directly get your license. All right. But by just getting a license means nothing, huh? लाइसेंस मिल गया तो हम कुछ भी कर सकते, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. वो लाइसेंस को भी कंटिन्यूड एजुकेशन में डालना पड़ता है. यू हैव टू अर्न दोज सीआरई क्रेडिट पॉइंट्स टू continue with that license. So it's like the medical degree area where you have to continue with the education, because mental health is also changing. How we deal with mental health is also changing. A lot of newer techniques are coming in. I have this one question over here. Are panic attacks common, and how can I deal with them? Yes, panic attacks are more common than you and me know about it. I don't know whether this is the platform where I can talk about it in one sentence. But yes, there has to be some area of conflict, some area of anxiety which is leading you there. So you need to talk to a psychologist, be patient. That psychologist is going to help you understand how to break your patterns, how to stop you from overthinking, how to give you those techniques to reduce your anxiety, and then your panic attack can reduce. It's a slow process, but do go in and talk to a psychologist.
Ma'am, one student is asking a very beautiful question, and I think all of us who come from this fraternity of psychology will relate to it. Even if we have empathy, compassion, and passion, as well as, but even the slightest things in life make us anxious, do we fit in the field of psychology?
Yes and no, both. We're also people, we will have our anxiety. Nobody stops us from going and getting therapy for ourselves. The person sitting over here talking to you, Roma, has been in therapy multiple times. Multiple times. And I do not mince my words when I say multiple times. There are many times in your life you need assistance from another psychologist. Do not hesitate. Go get that help. If you are anxious, get that help. And let me tell you, the field in which we are in psychology, nobody will ever come and broadcast it anywhere that Roma to aati thi mere paas apni help ke liye, aur agar bol bhi diya to koi parwa nahi hai. That's what psychologist is all about. You should be able to go in for your own therapy to deal with your issues, and sometimes the issues that have been created because of vast number of clients who come into your contact and who lead you to some kind of an effect in your mind and your emotions. So you need to go in for therapy. I hope I've answered that question all right.
Yes, definitely, Dr. Roma. We have another question where one student is very much interested in knowing the scope of parapsychology.
हाँ, है भी और नहीं भी है. आजकल बहुत सारे ये प्लेटफॉर्म्स आ रहे हैं ऑफ alternate medicine, alternate methods, but that's not the only area that's going to help you. You need your basic behavioral therapy, even if you go into your alternate methods. A lot of people are looking into that area also. I would say whatever gives you help, whatever gives a client help, whatever therapy you're using or he or she is using, he's calmer, she's able to deal with life, she's able to be functional, her behavior or his behavior is not hampering her, she's not getting dysfunctional, carry on. But do take scientific techniques in therapy and not just alternative medicine. I'm not against alternative medicine. Therapy and counseling still remain largely unavailable to a huge chunk of the population due to wealth inequality and high rates of psychological interventions. What do you suggest we can do to make it more accessible to people who need it but can't afford it? The government is trying their best to do something like this. And while the COVID was happening, RCI had come out with a list of psychologists who were giving free counseling services. There are many counseling helplines, even Emotionally runs a helpline. We give free counseling sessions over there. We are not charging for those sessions. All right. And I'll tell you, you want to go to a gastroenterologist, you'll go to a gynecologist, you'll go to a dentist, but you'll go and ask, कौन सा बेस्ट डॉक्टर है, मेरे को बेस्ट के पास जाना है, जूनियर के पास नहीं जाना, सीनियर के पास जाना है. हम जाके ऐसे पूछते हैं अस्पताल में. फिर आप सीनियर के पास जाएंगे तो वो अपने एक्सपीरियंस का भी तो पैसा होता है उसको. And why do you think that therapy has to be free of charge? Why? When you are going to pay the other professionals in the medical field, why do you think that you should not pay up the psychologist? Why not? The psychologist is spending 45 minutes minimum with the client, right? Whereas if you see a doctor who's a physician may probably spend 10 minutes or 15 minutes and you're willing to pay his or her fees just because he or she is writing medication. So why should a psychologist be doing free work? I'm sorry, I get very, very passionate about it. Huh? And yes, there are, therapy is there. It's just that you have to look around, you will get good therapists. Can a psychologist completely understand his or her behavior and use their own theories to come up with a problem when they find problems? No. No. This is all very scientific based. Now we are trained on therapies. So we use very scientific principles on working with the individual. No, I'm still learning.
Dr. Roma, one thing that I would request you to help us understand, do you think psychologists have to engage in lifelong learning and extensive reading throughout their career span?
Okay, I'm going to not answer this directly. Shubha, you are teaching psychology?
Yes.
Do you lifelong read it?
I do, and I would want you to share it with the students so that they understand the importance of reading extensively, because most of the times, yeah, they are in the practice of reading just before the exams and just their textbook. So if you could just share your insights on this.
Purposely asked you this question because you're a teacher. Uh, whichever field you get into, forget psychology, whichever field, whether it's engineering, whether you've done your MBA, whether you get into medicine, एनी फील्ड या बिजनेस में हो, आपको पढ़ना तो फिर भी पड़ेगा. आपको अपने आप को अब्रेस्ट रखना पड़ेगा न्यू मेथड्स, न्यू टेक्निक्स के साथ में. आप चाहे इकोनॉमिस्ट हैं, आप चाहे कॉर्पोरेट लॉयर हैं, आप कुछ भी हैं, यू स्टिल हैव टू रीड, you still have to study. Why are we running away from doing that? There is nothing which is cheaply available to us. And I'll give you this one thing, that when growth and comfort work on parallel lines. If you want to grow in your field, any field that you take up, you have to get away from your comfort zone. And that comfort zone means you have to read, you have to be abreast with newer things in your life, and not just read in last minute to get marks. Marks तो आज ले आओगे, उसके बाद कोई पूछेगा नहीं तुम्हारे कितने मार्क्स थे. सिर्फ मार्क्स के लिए नहीं काम करना है, अपने लिए काम करना है. पढ़ाई अपने लिए करनी है. आप क्या करना चाहते हो, आपकी लाइफ में प्रायोरिटी क्या है? What do you want to do in your life? Do you want to just get marks, get into a college and do nothing about it, or get into a post where अभी पढ़ाई खत्म करी है, इधर जंप मारो, मेरे 2 लाख सीधे मिल जाए? नहीं, ऐसी कोई फील्ड नहीं है. ये सपने की दुनिया है. मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, सीढ़ी चढ़नी पड़ेगी. बिना सीढ़ी चढ़े पैसा कहीं नहीं मिलता. ठीक है. और कोविड ने हमको बहुत कुछ सिखा दिया है. To learn minimalistically, to live a life minimalistically, you do not need a lot of money. So learn, and that's why when I was talking about what is this happiness, if you want to get into a profession, are you willing to deal with it day in and day out and remain happy? And also listen to some comments even your family can say, तू हर समय साइकोलॉजी मत यूज किया कर. ये बहुत कॉमन आता है, मुझे भी. और मैं आगे से क्या बोलती हूँ, शायद आपको प्रॉब्लम होती है मेरी समझ से. ठीक है, आप अपनी फील्ड के बारे में सबको बोलते हैं, हम तो नहीं कहते कि आप अपने फील्ड को ऐसे बोलते हैं. हम मेरे लिए क्यों बोलते हैं साइकोलॉजी करिए, तो ये स्ट्रेंथ है मेरी. डोंट गेट एंग्री विद इट, इट्स हाउ यू रिएक्ट. यू कैन टेक द होल डे फ्रॉम मी, आई विल कीप टॉकिंग लाइक दिस. I don't have any more questions here, at least I can't see.
Yes, Dr. Roma, one question I've got. Is there any difference between depression and being depressed? Nowadays, people say that they are suffering from depression and after some time they are just okay. Is it so easy to get over with it?
So the problem is that we use depression like a takya kalam shabd. अरे यार मैं तो बहुत depressed हूँ. So we'll use this term, which is a medical term, which is a clinical term, very loose. We can be worried, we can be sad. It's not essential to be depressed. Depressed is a clinical word. That means you have to be in that state for a period of time to be getting labeled as a depressed person. So do not use the word depression so loosely. I can be sad. I can be worried. I can be feeling low for some trigger in my life which has happened. But that does not make it that I am depressed. Don't use the term depression so loosely.
Dr. Roma, I'm getting a question from the same student. Can we inherit depression?
So when we read about mental illness, we do see about the factors which are predisposing. One of the area is a genetic predisposition, but that does not mean that every child of that family will have a predisposition of getting that particular illness from the genes. No, it's not essential. It is a high risk area. It can be prevented. And if you know that you are getting some features, go get assistance. You can prevent it. You can pick up the skills and you can deal with it. I have my family members wanting me to just do science, but I took humanities with psychology. When I say I want to do psychology, higher studies after my graduation, but they intersected. Can you tell me something that I can opt to make them to let me take psychology? Go take your parents to a psychologist. I'll give you my own example. So my son was dating his girlfriend, now his wife, and they were both in the same class and they were commerce students. And he told her that, why you want to do economics honors? Go and do psychology. So even if you and me don't remain friends, my mom will make sure that you'll become a psychologist. So she was, very impressed with that whole idea. I don't know. I only know this much. I don't know what all they must have spoken. So she went and told her family that I want to do psychology. And the same thing, her parents felt psychology में क्या है? कुछ नहीं है. क्यों करनी है psychology? So I had the mother come and talk to me multiple times to understand what psychology is. Today, my daughter-in-law is an MPhil clinical psychologist. Right? Take your parents, go yourself, believe in your field, and think that you can do it. Talk to a psychologist. Get your parents to understand. I don't blame the parents. They have no idea what psychology is all about. क्योंकि ये शब्द जो स्टिग्मा है, मेंटल है, ये हमने इससे दूर जाना है. और आप सब मिलोगे इसके साथ में तो हम दूर जा पाएंगे. बूंद बूंद करके बनेगा. So go speak to your parents and get them to see a psychologist to understand. Ma'am, do you think that along with more awareness nowadays, people also tend to misuse of fake mental health problems? क्या जवाब दो? It's like when children come to school when they are small and they say पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, पेट में दर्द हो रहा है. और मेडिकल रूम में चले जाते हैं और वो उनको एक वो दे देते हैं दवाई खाने के लिए, मीठी दवाई खाने जाते हैं. पेट दर्द तो नहीं हो रहा होता, मन में हो रही होती है. इसी तरह से आजकल क्योंकि बहुत चर्चा चल रहा है, खास करके पिछले साल से इतनी चर्चा चल रही है कि मेंटल हेल्थ में प्रॉब्लम है, तो जितने भी बहुत बड़े बड़े लोग हैं उन्होंने अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में बात करी. इन्फ्लुएंसर्स बन गए वो मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में. हर तरह के लोग होते हैं, जरूरी नहीं होता है, लेकिन हमें इन्हें लाइटली नहीं लेना चाहिए. हो सकता है प्रॉब्लम हो और हमें लग रहा है कि प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. डोंट जज, डोंट शेम, डोंट अटैक. Believe what the person is saying. You think you want to help, go ahead and help. Take that person to a psychologist, you'll get help.
Ma'am, one student is asking, what is borderline personality syndrome?
Borderline personality disorder. ये तो पूरी क्लास लगा सकते हैं. मैं इसके अंदर पूरा सेशन आपको दे सकती हूँ. I think probably Shubhra and Prabjeet both of you can deal with that question instead of me taking that up. It's a personality disorder, and it's very tough to work with individuals who have a borderline personality disorder. पर हम ये शब्द यूज करते हैं और लोगों को अटैक करते हैं और लोगों को ये बोलते हैं तो borderline है. Don't use these terms. These are very clinical, and there has to be a reason for the person to get diagnosed like that. So it's a serious area. So we shouldn't just use this term. I think we are done with it probably.
Yes, ma'am. I think we've asked all the questions.
I think it is also time. Ma'am has shared so much with us today. Dear ma'am, thank you for the wonderful knowledge and wisdom you've shared with us today. For sharing from the heart about your journey. Being a psychologist, your experiences have been amazing, inspiring, I would say. The advice given by you about the importance of making the right choice will surely guide our students on the right path. Ma'am, I'm sure with your continued guidance and support, our students will have the confidence and belief to be successful in their career. And we would surely look up to you for guidance anytime we are in need of it. Ma'am, I also take this opportunity to thank you for your time. I now would love to thank our Father Rector, Father Jules Philip, our Principal, our Vice Principal Sir, Mr. Devasya, Shobha Ma'am, and Shubhra for all their support to make this program today. Thank you, students, for being a part of this wonderful team, for making this program. We've been waiting for your responses, your questions, and I'm sure you would have a lot more. I'm sure we can do something more about your questions some other day. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All the best to everyone and all the best to their children. And I hope you take up psychology as a career and do some good to the community and to our country at large. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabjeet. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.